Obama's taxes on the middle class. That's what we'll talk about in today's video. You may recall that Obama said nobody who makes less than $250,000 will see their taxes go up under his administration. Well, that's not what we're seeing, and that's not what we're seeing at the lame duck session where they will talk about extending the Bush tax cuts. First of all, the top bracket for seniors will rise from 30 to 34%, regardless of their income, if they're in the top bracket, which is way under 250. Secondly, 71% of all seniors get dividends from stocks and bonds. And under the Obama administration, the tax rate for dividends will go from 15% to 43%. So, and that's for everybody, not just upper income people. So it's going to really affect the elderly. The Obamacare program imposes a national, in effect, sales tax of 3.8% on capital gains and on home sales. If you sell your home after January 1st, conveniently after the election, you, the seller, will have to pay 3.8% of the purchase price. Just like you pay a brokerage fee, you'll have to pay a sales tax on the purchase price. So if you sell your home for $100,000, write out a check for $3,800 to Uncle Sam. Even if you lose money on the deal, even if there is no capital gain at all. And the capital gains tax rate itself on all taxpayers is going to rise from 15% to 23.8%. 15 to 20 plus that additional 3.8% tax that he's imposing on everything to finance his Obamacare program. And the inheritance tax. Right now, there's a $5 million exemption on the inheritance tax, which basically means you're affecting only large estates. That's going to drop to $1 million. And the tax rate is going to rise from 33% to a confiscatory 55%. So what that means is the family business cannot be passed down to you without your having to cough up 55% of its value in cash. And it has to be cash. You can't take it out of future profits or anything like that. You have to come up with that within about 160 days of the death of your ancestor. So this is a horrific tax increase. And then, of course, there's the basic issue of the Bush tax increases. The Republicans are saying they want to extend the Bush tax cuts. I meant the Bush tax cuts. They want to extend the Bush tax cuts for all Americans. Obama is saying he will veto that. He will let the taxes go up for all Americans unless the Republicans agree to increase taxes on those making more than $250,000 a year. Now, this does not just affect rich people. A majority of the small business owners who produce 2/3 of the jobs in this country have incomes and business incomes over $250,000 a year. And since many of them are S corporations, their business income is their personal income. And that tax rate is going to rise. So it's a tax rate specifically designed to tax job creators more. These tax rates are outrageous. And bear in mind, the only reason we need these tax rates is because Obama has increased spending from $3 trillion to $3.7 trillion in 3 years. And he's added to the national debt more than any other president in history has. In fact, he's added more to the national debt than every president from Washington through Clinton did combined, and twice as much as Bush did. So these tax increases ought to lock in place Obama's huge, big spending program. Now, if you're listening to this, I'll bet that you're probably not going to vote for Obama. But I'll bet you know a bunch of people who are independent, who don't know what they're going to do yet. Please send them this video. They need to understand how many dollars and cents out of their pocket a vote for Obama is going to cost them. While you're at it, ask them to get a copy of our new book, Screwed, which talks about how the treaty commitments that Obama is trying to bind the United States into as the lame duck session approaches and his term draws to a close.